Hospitality is a crucial part of our economy. Our pubs, restaurants, hotels and other businesses employ 3.5 million people, over 5,000 in my North West Norfolk constituency alone, contributing £136 million to my local economy. But this government's decisions have hammered the sector. As the owner of the Crown and Mitre pub in King's Lynn, which I highly recommend, recently put it in the local Lynn News, how many rising costs can you face before collapsing face first into the till? And Will's grim humour says it all. Costs are piling up faster than a bad soufflé in an overheated oven. But the reality they are facing is no laughing matter. When we were in government, the Conservatives supported the sector, boosted growth in the sector, helped it recover from the difficult decisions that we had to make during COVID. And that record stands in sharp contrast to what we're seeing today, because all members, if they've been out in the summer talking to businesses in their constituencies, will have heard just how worried they are about the increased costs. And when I was at the Rose and Crown in Hartley during the summer, talking to the team that have reopened that pub and have pubs across Norfolk, I heard just how damaging the increase in the national insurance rate has been, and particularly lowering the threshold to £5,000 has been a real challenge. That change alone has brought 750,000 workers in the sector into national insurance for the first time. And what's happened? Well, as UK Hospitality's Taxed Out campaign shows, Labour's decisions have already cost nearly 90,000 jobs in the sector, particularly hitting younger people, people starting out, part-time workers, people looking for entry-level positions which they can then grow into the career that the Minister said he hoped that more people would have the opportunity to do. And the jobs tax is costing the sector as a whole £3.4 billion a year. Little wonder a third are now operating at a loss. 3/4 have had to put up their prices to cope with the increased costs that they are facing. And 2/3 are reducing the hours for the staff that they have. That's in addition to not taking on people that they otherwise would have done. And little wonder that UK Hospitality has called the government's decisions a hammer blow for the sector. But it's not just the jobs tax. The government's choice to almost halve hospitality and leisure business rate relief from 75% to 40% will hit 250,000 businesses. I was very surprised, as I'm sure the sector would be, to hear the Minister boasting about this damaging decision, given the average pub is paying £5,500 more and restaurants are paying £9,000 extra as well. How does he expect them to absorb those costs without consequences that we're seeing in employment? And depressingly, there is even more to come. The Deputy Prime Minister's Employment Rights Bill, or whoever picks it up after her, will add £5 billion a year to employer costs, making it less likely that firms will take on people. Madam Deputy Speaker, our hospitality firms are resilient, and with all that they are having to weather, they need to be, because this government is putting them under the cosh. But with creativity, investment and the high-quality staff that there are across the sector, they can attract customers, supporting our local communities. In my constituency, I've seen many impressive hospitality businesses, including those that newly opened the Ship in Brancaster, the Checkers pub in Thornham, the pub in Clenchwarton, and new enterprises, including Nopa and Vineme, also in Thornham. But the government's making it far too hard for firms like this to thrive and grow. So members today have the opportunity to back our very sensible motion to back the sector, to think again on the doubling of business rates, and to amend the damaging Employment Rights Bill to protect seasonal and flexible work. With borrowing costs at a 27-year high, hospitality businesses in our country cannot afford a government making such damaging economic choices. Ahead of the budget, the Chancellor and her team of tax raisers should listen to employers and take action to live within our means. Otherwise, more pubs, more venues and more jobs will be lost.